Let us see our next question. You do not have to write anything. Let me give explanation to you. We are entering into a new segment to understand a new concept. So I request all of you to pay attention for the time being. You do not have to write anything at this point of time. The next concept that we are going to start is about the stock index futures. That is the next concept that we are going to start. What do we understand with the term index that we are going to understand? The term stock index is related to the index only, and as far as the futures is concerned, we have understood that the futures is a standardization form of the forward contract. So we are going to understand a new term that is called stock index. Then we are going to understand and say why do we have such kind of concept and how does that concept work. All those things that we are going to cover up. Initially I am going to focus on some calculations, and then I will be focusing on the logic. That is the way I would be having say certain divisions of the working. This is one of the most important concept that we have say from examination point of view. If at all you will see the scanner which I have prepared, in that say you must have observed that this is what say one of the concept which is frequently tested in examination. One of the concept that we have in the foreign exchange risk management also, and that is again given a name as the futures contract. In that the futures that we learn, and these futures are very much connected. In a way that say I always suggest students that say in your revision, you revise the futures contract say in like the forex and this together, you will be able to better understand it. Dear students, you must have heard about something like called Nifty. You must have heard about Sensex. Whatever you have heard about the Nifty, Sensex are basically indices. It is basically an index. How it is calculated? Let us understand its calculation pattern. There are 50 stocks which are included in Nifty, and there are 30 stocks which are included in Sensex. So basically the date from which say the Nifty is supposed to be calculated or Sensex is supposed to be calculated, at that point of time, value of the shares which are included in Nifty or Sensex, to that value some hypothetical value will be assigned. For example, so the Nifty valuation is made, let us say on 1st of January, suppose it is say started from 1st of January 2003. Whatever the 50 stocks which are included in Nifty, to that 50 stocks say we assign a hypothetical value, let us say 1000. Suppose value of that say 50 stocks as on this date is an amount of rupees 50 lakhs. So on that date the Nifty value is 1000. Let us say that the next day on 2nd of January 2003, value of the same stock has increased to rupees 55 lakhs. Suppose. Then in that case, so the Nifty will be displayed as, or Nifty will be reflected as 1100. 1000 is a value which is assigned to 50 lakhs. So for 55 lakhs, how much value? That is the way the Nifty value will be calculated. And that is considered to be an index. In Sensex there are 30 stocks, Similar to this, say there are a number of other indices. There are certain sectors, for example, pharma sector, public sector undertaking sector, banking sector, fast moving consumer goods FMCG sector, entertainment sector, power sector, and so on. We know that there are a number of kinds of businesses that we have. Whatever these businesses that we have, so for that, let us say that for pharma, we are having an index which is representing the pharma companies. We are having the PSU index. As the name is there, PSU index, you can definitely understand the companies which are public sector undertaking, its value as on a particular date will be assigned again a hypothetical value, and say whatever the revaluation that we have in those stocks which are included in PSU like index, accordingly so the PSU index value will be changing. You can correlate this with something like the indexation concept that you have in calculation of the long-term capital gain. Yes, exactly the same concept will be applied over here for the purpose of the index calculation. So first of all, we are going to have understanding initially of a simple valuation of the indices. Then we are going to have understanding of the transaction of indices. Then we are going to understand its application. That is the way I would be dividing the working into like certain segments. So the very first question that I am going to discuss with you is regarding the calculation. Application part I am going to discuss it slightly later on. My suggestion to all of you is that be clear with whatever the explanation which I am giving right now to you. Whatever the queries that you are having, you put down that on a piece of paper. In my later explanation, definitely it will be covered. That is the way we are going to start with. It's a very basic and the first question. Let us start with this question. From following information, you are required to calculate value of the index on 8th of January 2000 and 9th of January 2021. These are the two dates on which you are required to find the index value. Name of the company, free float number of shares. Dear students, the term free float stands for the number of shares which are held by the outsiders. We understand that for a public company, we know that there are two types of holding. One is the holding by the director, promoter, qualified institutional buyer, so they hold shares. And say the outsiders are holding shares. Whatever the number of shares which are held by the outsiders is given a name as free float number of shares. That is the investors like you and me say that is doing trading for this number of shares. Market price of the share is given on 1st of January 2013, 8th of January 2021, 9th of January 2021. Number of shares have been provided to us and its value is given to us. Other information, index valuation started from January 1st, 2013. Base index is assigned a value of 1000. So friends, what we will do on 1st of January 2013, whatever is free float market capitalization. The term free float market capitalization stands for market value of these shares taken together will be assigned a value as 1000. Further, we understand that that value is assigned that is 1000 value. On this date, again we will do the free float market capitalization, and accordingly we will be having the revaluation of the index. This is the way the index will be calculated on 8th of January and 9th of January 2021. Please write an answer. Working note number 1. Calculation of market value of the shares on 8th of January 2013, comma, I'm sorry, 1st of January 2013, comma, 8th of January 2021 and 9th of January 2021. Column number 1 is name of company. Column number 2 is number of shares. Third column is 1st of January 2013. In that, market price of the share, and next to that is market value. Then 8th of January 2021, again market price. Number of shares are same, so again market value. And lastly, 9th of January 2021, again in that market price of the share and market value. This is the way we are required to say compute the market value of the shares. Suppose, for example, on this date, the market value in total comes to 10 lakhs. Then this 10 lakhs is assigned a hypothetical value 1000. Then on this date, let us assume that the market value is 20 lakhs. Then it will be 2000. In a way that the 10 lakhs is assigned 1000 value. So for 20 lakhs, this is the value. So 20 lakhs into 1000 divided by 10 lakhs. For 22 lakhs, in that again 10 lakhs is assigned value of 1000. For 22 lakhs it will be this much. That is the way it will be calculated. I think it will be 2200. This is the way the index valuation will be made on the respective date. Dear students, I am focusing on the calculation for the time being. Why do we make calculation, that we are going to discuss, and its application is also what we are going to discuss. So let us start with the number of shares. It is 1000, 5000 and 8000. Market price of the share on 1st of January 2013 is 10, 22 and 60. 1000 into 10, that comes to 10,000. 5000 into 22, that comes to 1,10,000. 8000 into 60, that comes to 4,80,000. So the total comes to an amount of 6 lakhs. Okay. Next, 8th of January 2021, friends. For that, the market price is 40, 60 and 70. So it is 40 into 1000, that comes to 40,000. 60 into 1000, that comes to 60,000. I'm sorry, 60 into 5,000. That comes to an amount of 3 lakhs. Then 70 into 8,000. 5,60,000. So the total value is 9 lakhs. Similarly, the working will be done for 9th of January. It is 36, 54 and 63. So 36 into 1000, 36,000. 54 into 5,000, that comes to 2,70,000. And 63 into 8,000, that comes to 5,04,000. So the total is 8,10,000. So this is the way we are supposed to make the computation of the value of the stock, value of the shares on the different dates. Okay, once we make this calculation, after that, calculation of index value. So column number 1 is date, column number 2 is value of shares, and third column is index. So it is 1st of January 2013. Value of the shares is 6 lakhs, and to this 6 lakhs, as per the given information, 1000 value is assigned. 8th of January 2021. The same shares have a value of an amount of 9 lakhs. So we understand that's over here 9 lakhs upon 6 lakhs into 1000. So the index has increased to 1500. Then 9th of January 2021. Value of the shares is 8,10,000. So we understand that's over here 8,10,000 divided by again 6 lakhs into 1000. That comes to 1350. So this is the way we are required to make the computation of the index value on the different dates. So over here means concluding the point that the index value is say calculated like this. Practically after every 15 seconds, so the Nifty and Sensex value is revalued. That is what we have practically, and they try to make sure that say the Nifty and Sensex is say calculated based on a diversified portfolio. So we understand that over here, if at all say this is the market, then in that case say they try to keep like the number of industries in the portfolio, and they try to keep the weight of the individual sector in the portfolio less so far possible. That is pharma, IT, banking, then petroleum sector and so on. And they try to keep the individual sector's weight less so far possible. Only in that case the Nifty would be representing the overall market. If at all any one sector is having say the too much weight on the Nifty or on the Sensex, then in that case whatever the direction in which say that sector is moving, the entire Nifty will change in that proportion. I'm sorry, said in that direction. So if at all that specific sector is going down, other sectors are performing well, but in spite of that say it will happen like this, that say the Nifty will go down. So basically the Nifty is say representing the overall market sentiments. If at all that is say the Nifty is going up, then overall market has gone up. Definitely few stocks, few sectors might have gone down, yet the overall market is going up. That is a positive sentiments, and the same is applicable for the Sensex. If at all the Sensex is going down, then in that case, so the overall market is going down. So this is the way they have the selection of the different sectors. In your portfolio management chapter, you study a concept called market portfolio. So this is the best example that we have of the market portfolio. So the Nifty and Sensex are considered to be market portfolio performance as far as India is concerned. Standard and Poor 500 index, Dow Jones index, Nikkei, these are foreign indices and they are representing the foreign markets. We know that the Indian economy is now not a closed economy, it is an open economy. So whatever the changes that take place over there have an influence on the Indian market also. Apart from this, whatever the investments which India is having, from like the foreign direct investment FDI is also supposed to be taken into account. So whatever the FDI policies that we have in India, whatever they have policies will also have an impact on the market. So in short, the index is basically a hypothetical value assigned to certain stocks. That certain stocks may be particularly sector, or it may be weighted average, or it may be diversified, that is Nifty or Sensex. This is what we understand.